I am so excited to be here. This is like my last thing I said earlier on my stories. This is like my last thing before giving birth, basically. This is the last thing on my calendar where I was like, all right, once we get past today, we're good. I have one more baby appointment, but like everything else, literally baby appointment wise, any appointments after this, beyond this point, I can miss. So we're good. So after this, I'm going to try all the things to get this baby out of me, basically. If you have never been here before, welcome. Walmart Lives are super fun. I absolutely love doing these. I think that they are a great time. They're a great opportunity for you guys to learn. I have a lot of fun with them. The way that they work best, hopefully you guys can hear me. I didn't even double check to see if you guys could hear me, but the way that they work best is if you guys are super interactive. In my personal experience, I think they're a lot more fun whenever we keep the questions rolling. And if you guys have any questions and everything, just feel free to ask. Today we're going to be focusing on like super fast, easy makeup, like easy makeup looks that are just quick to do. Obviously, with me heading into postpartum, I don't want to feel like a trash bag every single day. However, I also know that I'm not going to have a ton of time to get ready, you know? So I have been kind of playing around with like fast routines for the past couple of weeks, like things that I just feel like are quick, easy to do, and that also look really good because there's nothing I dislike more than a quick, easy routine that doesn't make you look good. It's like, why even do it at that point, you know? So this is like kind of a mix of both. So super fast, but also something that's going to make you look good at the same time. You know what I mean? And also not slide off your face. That's important as well. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to pop in, leave a comment. As people roll in here and everything, I will give them a second. But to start, we're going to do like, I have like a kind of a newer technique for fast makeup where I feel like I'm using a couple different products at one time and applying to my face and then blending them all in at one time. And it saves me a lot of time in the mornings. And it's kind of what I did earlier today before I took my makeup off to start and re-show you guys. So I'm going to kind of share that with you as well. So yeah. To start, let me just see exactly where I want to start. I think I'm going to start with these guys. So these are my favorite things in the entire world. I've shared these before, but I think they are a great thing to be using. And I'm going to kind of use them as foundation today, which I have not really done before. So this product is awesome. Let me know if you guys have used this before. I know I have talked about it before plenty of times on here, but I just think it's the best. So as things pop up, the Buy With team is commenting so you guys can see their comments and stuff as well. As things pop up, whenever you see something that you like, you can hit that one button and the products will kind of auto-populate at the end for you for everything that you hit one for. I'm going to go to full screen. So in this particular product, I'm going to use two colors today to help kind of construct a look that is really easy to blend out. You just have to trust the process with this, but I promise you this is going to be like kind of like the nicest thing whenever you're doing quick makeup, in my opinion, that turns out the best. So with this, full screen, I'm going to use the color, I'm going to use two colors, shade 1, and I'm also going to be using shade 5. So shade 1 is fair, shade 5 is medium tan. These are the absolute best. With this, I'm also going to be using basically one brush. I will link it at the end, but everything is going to go onto my face first for the most part. So I'm going to start with fair. And with the fair one, I'm going to put it kind of like all over, basically at the high points of my face. So here. Feel free to screenshot this as well. I'm going to post the video as always, like post the video tomorrow, but feel free to screenshot this because it is going to be like kind of like a mapped look. I also am going to put it here down the center of my nose. You could put a little bit like on the inner corners of your eyes as well, and a little bit on my jawline. Okay. Then I hate the sound of these whenever they go back in. The grossest sound ever, but they're a great product. Then I'm going to use the darker color and I'm going to put some dots on my forehead. We're going to be kind of using this as like contour almost. and a couple of dots along my cheekbones, and then a little bit underneath of my jawline, because your girl's got a double chin right now. Thank you so much, baby. Okay, from here, another e.l.f. product that I'm going to be using today. Let me go in. I'm going to share the brush really quick that I'm using. The brush is Real Techniques. I always share this brush set because I think it's a really good value set. If you are looking for a good set of brushes, I always share this one because I just think it has like everything you might need. It comes with a sponge. It comes with this brush, which is my favorite brush, no matter what, for any like cream-based products. It also comes with a powder brush as well, and a little brush. I use this brush all the time for nose contour, absolute favorite. And then it comes with a little highlight brush as well right here. Good for highlight, good for powder, things like that. I just think it's a really good multi-purpose brush set, and it's a great price as well. So if you're looking for a good drugstore brush set or just a good brush set in general, this one I think is fabulous. And that's coming from me, that's a big deal because I do not like brush sets. Normally I think they're kind of pointless. You end up getting like 2 brushes you will use and the rest you don't use. These ones I actually use all the time, as you can tell, because mine are all dirty. So with these, I just put those up there just so that we can skip around a little bit, because with this, I like to put it all on my face and then blend it all out. So those are the brushes that you're going to see me using. Okay. Then I'm going to use these putties. I've also shared these before. I think they are so good. Honestly, some of my favorite cream blush products. I just think it is phenomenal. They come in a blush and bronzer. I am going to talk about the blush today, but I have the bronzer sitting right here in front of me as well. The blush shades that I use and that I like are the Caribbean and Tahiti. I think I'm going to use Caribbean today. Caribbean's like a nice kind of purpley pink sort of shade, but it's really bright, like a berry sort of shade. Really nice and bright. And then the Tahiti one is a little bit more user-friendly if you are somebody who is not super comfortable with applying cream blush products or anything like that. Maybe tone it down with the Tahiti one. I feel like it's a nice like rose color. I, just for purposes of this live, am going to use the Caribbean one because it's nice and bright and you guys can see it then. I'm going to go to full screen again. For this, I'm going to use my brush, and I'm just going to apply it here for right now, okay? And just let that sit for a second. Beautiful, right? Gorgeous, stunning. Okay, now I like these brushes so much. I actually have multiple of them, just so you guys know. So I do have a clean one here. You don't have to use that. You honestly, if you want, you could use your fingers and just kind of make stripes as well. That totally works. Whatever works. Okay, now going on, another e.l.f. product. We're gonna layer all this look. This is probably my best look, honestly. What do you guys think of this? This looks amazing, right? So now I am going to use the e.l.f. Halo. Is it Halo? No, I'm sorry. I'm lying to you. e.l.f. Camo. And I prefer the hydrating one of this. For this particular look, like this is a very full coverage concealer, but for this particular look, I really like using this. I think it's pretty hydrating. This one I actually love. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me pull up full screen. This one is very well loved. I'm in need of actually getting another one. And the color that I use is light beige. So I am going to apply this. This is a little on the like warm side for me, but what I like about this is that it covers up, like without having to use a corrector or anything like that. This particular concealer works great for just kind of like covering everything, like in terms of redness around my eyes, dark circle, all that kind of stuff, which headed into postpartum, this is like a really great one-stop sort of concealer, you know? I'm also going to put a little bit here and just kind of mix it in with that Halo Glow. And I might also put a little bit right along here, kind of fill that void, and a little bit here. Trust the process with this. I look so amazing right now, though. I mean, honestly, follow me for more makeup tips, right? Okay, so now that we have our face kind of mapped out, I'll let you guys screenshot this if you need to. Send it to all your friends. Amazing, right? So I'm going to take my brush. I used this one for blush before. I probably would use a clean one, honestly. So maybe use your fingers if you're applying the blush. And then I'm going to start on the areas that have just the skin colored products first and start blending it out. Kind of doing a mix between stippling and like little small circles, okay? I love, 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 love the way that this looks on my skin. This is actually what I had on earlier today. If you saw my Instagram story, that's what I wore to go get my iron infusions today. And I just did that with, like, I basically just did all of this. And I just think it looks really nice. Like, as opposed to foundation, I just think it's phenomenal. Gives you like a nice little, like, healthy glow. Okay, now I'm going to go down my nose. And kind of up into my forehead. And then I'm going to blend out this kind of contoured area up here. When you get into the colors, like the pieces that are not just the skin tone colors, I do like to kind of stipple before I blend in. I think it just kind of helps concentrate that color right where you want it. And then as it starts to work out, you can start blending it and kind of doing some circles and stuff. See how nicely those like blend together though? That looks really good. Okay. Whatever is left, I'm just going to kind of take over my lids. And then I'm going to start working on my cheek area. Now with this, obviously this color is really strong. Just trust the process here. I'm going to kind of take whatever color is left over and work it up into my forehead as well. I sometimes will go over this with a sponge, but for right now, I like to blend everything out just using a brush. It just, for me, I think it like keeps things concentrated. For like once I see how everything looks at the end, once it's blended out and I have the colors kind of placed where I want it, I might go over it with a sponge as well. But you don't always need to. And normally I only go over it with a sponge if I feel like I have too much product on my face. I do my under eye area last because for me, I want to keep that area as bright as humanly possible. Okay. So here, and kind of take whatever's left over on your eye area. Now you might want to have like when you're first starting to like doing this, you are going to kind of want to play around a little bit and test to see what feels best to you. And you might have to go back in and like add a little bit more concealer or maybe more bronzer, more blush, and kind of play around with the amounts a little bit just to start. But once you get a handle on exactly like what products you want where, it will become so easy for you to kind of do this super fast and get this on your face. I also forgot to do underneath my chin. Now, even more so than a sponge over this, one thing that I do like to do is kind of tap my fingers over my face just to make sure everything is blended out and isn't super heavy anywhere you have fine lines. So your eye area, over your lids, on your forehead, just basically anywhere that like your makeup tends to settle. I like to kind of just give a little tap to, just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to go back in and just do a small dot of concealer, again, just to keep it super bright and help hide any mom circles that I might have going on. And honestly, you can use your fingers to just go back over that. Nice and easy. Now, if I wasn't talking through that, honestly, putting all of that on my face would take me all of 2 minutes, and blending it out goes super fast. Then to set everything, I love this powder. This is literally the best powder in the entire world. It's my absolute favorite. And I think it's like $6. It's just phenomenal. So good. Okay, this one's my favorite. This one I use, the shade I use is translucent. Actually need to grab more of this, but the shade is translucent. It is so freaking good, and it will literally just set your makeup perfectly. Okay, so I use a little spot or a little like puff pad, and I'm just going to use this basically on my under eye area. So I'll show you. So I put it in the lid here. Just make sure everything is tapped out before you do this. And I just like to put this on my under eyes, and it just helps to brighten. And it's going to just set everything that is on your face right now. Again, just tap it out, and then I like to do a little upside down press like that to set my forehead. And then really whatever is left, I like to just tap on my jawline. And then I kind of will do some hard pats around the rest of my face to kind of set the rest of my makeup. Little trick to help contour your nose, or initially start contouring your nose, is to just run down the side of your nose with that press or that loose powder. It will really help to kind of create the shape that you want for your nose. Okay, so we are all set then. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of powder products on top just to kind of marry everything together. Again, you have to remember, if I'm not talking through this, this literally takes me, I think, about like 10 minutes to do this makeup. It's so easy, so quick. Like, I got up this morning, I think I had an appointment at 8:30 this morning, and I think I started my makeup maybe at like 8 o'clock, was out the door by 8:15, if that tells you anything. I was able to like literally sleep in. So next thing I have to share, okay, this is the best drugstore find, in my opinion. Well, one of the best of 2024, 2023. Whenever I started doing these Walmart lives, I came across this palette and I thought it was the best thing ever. And I feel like everyone should have it because, one, it's the price plus the colors I think are amazing. Okay, so it's called the All-Inclusive palette. It is so good, and it literally just has everything that you need. It is $14, just such a good drugstore find, and it has all of these colors that I think are very flattering and like universally flattering on people. So what I like to do is take that fluffier brush from the palette I showed you earlier, dip into the bronzer shade, maybe even mix it in a little bit with the residual powder that's in that lid there, and just kind of go over your face to kind of marry all of the colors together. I really like whenever you are like using a lot of cream products and stuff like that, to go over the cream products with their like powder partner, just to kind of give you a better blend and a better like dimensional look. I just think it looks more natural in the long run, and it also will help with longevity. So kind of just go over everything. And we're also knocking off any excess powder at the same time that we're doing this. So it's kind of setting, we're adding a little bit more dimension and color and everything, and we're going over our makeup. Okay, so a little more bronzer. Right, aren't these colors so pretty? And I just think like you cannot beat the price. It has everything that you need. This is a really good thing to also just like keep in your car or something. Like, you know, when you're out and about and like you just need a little touch up of something and you don't have anything, like this is the type of thing, because it's so inexpensive, that you could literally buy multiple of this, keep one in your purse or a bag, keep one in your desk at the office, keep one in your car, and you just always have the things that you need to touch up, you know? It's a good touch up palette. Okay. So for me right now, bronzer is like my best friend, because we're trying to slim everything, because right now your girl's swollen, so I cannot get enough bronzer on my face right now. And literally, I could not find bronzer this morning to save my life. I have no idea. Like the bigger cartridge of bronzer that I would normally use, like could not find it anywhere. I have no idea. So I definitely went back to this palette to use this bronzer. I try not to use it unless I'm like using the whole palette, you know, because I don't want to use up one of the colors. But went back to this because it was necessary. Okay, then I'm going to go in with the blush. And I like this too because this one has two tones of blushes. One is a matte blush and one is a more shimmery blush, which is what I like to use whether I'm using big face palettes or individual products. So going in with a matte one, I like to start the matte one kind of back on my cheek a little bit. And I'll show you the reason I think this palette is great when you're doing a quick look in just a second here. So first the matte, then the shimmer. Kind of smile, hit the tops of your cheeks. Whatever's left over, we're going to use on our lids a little bit. Tops of your cheeks and then on the lid. And then anything left on your brush, just hit on the top of your forehead. Then I'm going to go in with the highlight here. And same brush and everything. 'Cause again, I feel like if you don't switch brushes too many times, it makes the look quicker. Maybe that's just me, but I think it definitely helps. And then we're going to give it a little pinch like this with our highlight and go down our nose. That brush set does come with a brush that I think is perfect for highlight. But again, if you can use more than one product with the same brush, I feel like it just makes things quicker. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this little dome-shaped brush. Next live, will there be a baby? Yes, there will definitely be a baby next time. I'm bound and determined. This is my thought process on this. Really quick little pause. I'm like trying to manifest this, so like work with me here. On Saturday, one of our friends is hosting Saturday Night Live, and I'm thinking that what a great thing if we were to be in labor so I can watch Saturday Night Live in labor, because like normally I'm in bed and like asleep by the time Saturday Night Live would come on. But if I'm in the hospital, I'm not going to be asleep. There's no way. So I could watch him do a show, right? Wouldn't that be great? So that's what I'm trying to manifest, that hopefully like Saturday night, that's the night. So everyone say a little prayer, send some good juju our way. That's what we want to have happen. So anyway, back to this. I'm going to take the highlight color here and I'm just going to go over my lids. Somebody asked me yesterday or 2 days ago, they're like, what's on your lids? It's so pretty. Most of the time, whenever people love my eyeshadow and they're like, oh, it looks so nice, it's like so natural, it's a combination of blush, bronzer, and highlight, because it's something that I just threw on my eyes quickly. And honestly, it's my favorite sort of little combo because it does marry really well and it does just look really natural. Okay, so highlight all over your eyes. Then I'm going to go in with bronzer. This does have eyeshadow colors in it, but again, they're kind of just like the same blushy, bronzy highlight tones. So you can use whatever in here. Honestly, I think all of them are super pretty. I'm just going to use the bronzer shade and go into my crease a little bit. Yeah, honestly, I think it's like the easiest, it's the best look on people. Every like good makeup artist out there will tell you, in my opinion, like the best makeup, the red carpet looks and everything like that, they all use bronzer and blush on their lids because it helps to kind of marry everything together. This brush I also really love for a quick eye look because I feel like it's very multi-purpose. I think I've shared this before. I like that it's like a domed shape that you can like do like an all over lid color with, you can do in your crease. And then I like that it's kind of has like a corner to it, a little edge to it. So you can take it and use the edge to kind of do a little bit of like a detail work. So you literally just need one brush. It's the best. Kind of doing a little like faux liner. You can also do it on top. I don't know if y'all were on the last live that I did. That was last week. But last week on our live, I have not done it this time so far yet today. But the last live that we did, all of a sudden we started the live and I was starting to have fake, like not fake contractions, they were real contractions, but I was having contractions while the live was going on. And I was trying so hard to like not break and let anyone know, but I was like sweating by the end of it. I'm like, oh man, this is really hard. But I was having full on like false labor contractions while I was on the live, the last one that we did last week. And it was rough. Today, we're good so far. Thank goodness. So love that. Whatever's left, I do like this little technique where I take the bronzer and I like to kind of start up here in like the corner of my eyebrow, I guess. Just kind of like contour that area. And then I like to bring it down my nose from there. Give myself a little nose contour. Yes, love the under eye thing. Like we're doing this kind of helps disguise any like little fine lines and stuff. You don't have to go crazy with it. Just like a little goes a long way. Okay. Love this palette. I feel like if there's one thing for you guys to grab while you are on this, it might be this. And I would probably grab two. Honestly, I like live in fear that they are going to discontinue this or something like that because it's just such a good go-to palette. Absolutely love it. It's such a good price, you know? Okay, so from here, I like to do a little brow action. So for brows are probably like the hardest thing for me, honestly, when I'm picking favorites because all of the brow products that I really love are drugstore products. I have multiple to choose from. So I think I'm going to kind of let you guys dictate what we use. So I have a pencil, a pen, I have a brow gel that is clear, and I have a brow gel that is tinted. You guys tell me what you want to see. I have one that I use. I think they're honestly all very quick, but like, you guys tell me what you want to see and what you feel comfortable using. I can share all of them as well, but here are my choices. I literally use these like religiously all the time. But okay, so we have tinted brow gel. I feel like that one is a good one to start just to share because tinted brow gel, if you're really in a hurry and you've got good brows, girl, lucky you. I'm going to share this one because I just think it's really good and it's really convenient because you don't need a brush or anything with it. Like this brow gel, you need an extra brush with it if you're in a hurry. We like when the tools come with it, you know? Okay, so this is the brow gel that I like. Like I said, when I'm in, like when it's just a speedy sort of thing, I do like doing tinted with the tool. I just think it makes it easier. So I'll show you. If you have great brows, this is an amazing product. I have subpar brows. They're okay, but they need a little extra loving, a little extra TLC. But I kind of like to start with the tinted brow gel just so that I can see like how much extra work I might need to put in once it kind of fills in on its own. Like you can already see like this brow is already significantly better than this one, you know? Let me take a little sip of water because I'm probably going to run out of breath here soon. And the color that I am using, by the way, is taupe. Also, whenever you are dealing with brow products, 99% of the time, anybody can use the color taupe. It's just a very good, like, universal sort of tone. If you're really in between colors and stuff like that, taupe's just kind of a good go-to. I also like this one because it's not too dark on blondes or anything like that as well, but it works for brunettes. Okay, so most of you guys said pencil. I'm a pencil gal as well. Again, I like this one because it comes with the tool. You don't have to do too much precision. I feel like the pen I love as well. I like the like natural hair-like strokes that you can get from a pen. But when we are talking about timing and everything like that, I feel like I want something that I can do quickly. And a pencil to me is a little bit more foolproof. So I don't have to pay as much attention to what I'm doing. The one I use is from, oh my gosh, I cannot type. I love this pencil because it is very, very thin. So you can still get the hair-like strokes and everything like that, but I feel like it's just not as finicky. I don't have to worry as much about it. And it comes with a little spoolie on the end, so you can brush out any mistakes that you might make as well. The color that I use is espresso. And then I just fill in where I might need it, you know? One thing that I have, like, you might think brows should not be top of the list on your like quick makeup routine, but I'm telling you, I really do think that I've been kind of paying attention to like looks where if I see a girl who looks really natural, like let's say a clean girl aesthetic, right? Where you just look very natural, very put together. The one thing that I have noticed is that they all have just extremely well-groomed brows. So make sure that you are taking the time to put your brows on. I would pick brows over eye makeup any day of the week. I love having my skin look good and everything like that, but brows make such a difference. It really does make you look nice and like pulled together and not like you just rolled out of bed. Yes, exactly. So a little brow, and that's what's nice about this, doing the brow gel first, is it kind of gives you like a nice little map to work off of. So you don't have to do as much work filling them in ahead of time. I feel like you can do a little bit less with them. And like I said, if you are blessed, you can just leave it at brow gel. I'm not blessed all the way. I need a little extra loving. So that's all I need for brows for me. I also like to do, okay, if you are somebody who like needs eye or eyeliner, one thing that I do like to do if you are somebody who needs that. I'm not somebody who needs an eyeliner, but you can totally use your brow pencil as liner. And it's really kind of a nice little trick whenever you're in a pinch as well. Like you might just want a little extra pop. Maybe you're just packing like a small makeup bag or something like that and you're doing your makeup like in the car, on the go, like whatever. That's your little trick. I love using eyeshadow and stuff as well. But in this case, multi-purpose products will always get me through the day a little bit easier. So you can always use that little trick, is to add a little touch of brow pencil to your lash line. And then going in with my favorite mascara of all time. Love this mascara so much. So much. I promise you that after tonight, I'm going to end up using it at least for 2 weeks, because every time I do one of these lives, I go and grab it. I mean, hazard of the job is that like I always end up like switching up my products and stuff. This is the best mascara of all time. And I guarantee you that I will use it for 2 weeks after this live because it's literally my favorite mascara in the entire world. So this one is the Maybelline Colossal. The best $8 you can spend. Honestly, it's just so good. I don't have any natural lashes. They're okay lengthwise, but like they are translucent. Translucent? What is that word? Translucent. So I just love this because it actually makes me look like I have eyelashes. I cannot see anything. Has anyone who has had a baby before, did your eyesight just go completely gone? Like every time I have a baby, my eyes get worse and worse and worse. And this time around, bad move. Like I swear that I do not have any sort of eyesight left. Literally the best mascara. And this is part of the reason, honestly, in my opinion, that I do not need to wear a lot of eyeliner or whatever, because like, look, I literally just did what, like 3 coats of this or something, and it already looks like so much better. And like it looks like I really do have liner. It's literally the best mascara. I use just the regular, it's called Glam Black is the color if you're interested in the color or whatever. When it comes to mascara for me, the blacker, darker the mascara, the better. I know a lot of people like brown and stuff like that, and I think that's beautiful. I just personally am just a black lover. Like, look at the difference in that. That's crazy. It actually makes my eyelashes look like, if I sit here and like actually do it and put some time into it, I swear it makes it look like my lashes are like fake lashes. And that's saying a lot because I feel like I really don't have lashes. This is my struggle eye. So I cannot talk and do this eye at the same time because this is the eye that I have like issues with. I feel like everybody's got one. Best mascara ever. It's so good. Okay, and then lastly, my like quick makeup that I will do is typically like right now I just have that is exactly it. I literally like you never realize how bad your eyesight is until you start doing mascara. So I like to kind of finish things off. I always put like chapstick or something on beforehand, and literally this is just like clear chapstick lip balm. I think the brand is actually chapstick, but the thing that I like to do whenever I'm doing quick makeup is something that I feel like it kind of popped off on TikTok last year. It's called a gym lip, where people just use literally like a lip liner that is slightly darker than your like natural lip color with the chapstick, and it just, looks nice and natural. The trick is here to put on a little bit of chapstick or lip balm or something beforehand and then do your lip liner. It just helps things blend and look a little bit more natural. The lip liner glides on really easily. So the lip liner that I use, I talk about this one all the time. I love this one so much, and I think I have probably 50, is the NYX lip liner. Seriously, the best lip liner of all time. And I love the color Nude Truffle. It is my favorite. I think it looks so good on multiple people. It's just kind of like a brownie nude lip color. There's also a shade called Natural that I think looks really good if you're more into pinks and stuff like that. For me, I just really like this, and I think it's a little bit more universal. Like if I can use this like a red lip. I can use it with like any colored lip pencil as well, or lip stick is what I should be saying. I need to sharpen this. Okay. Really pretty kind of brownie sort of color. And then like I said, I have a like clear balm on, and I wish I would have brought it upstairs with me. I always put lip balm or something on before I do my makeup. It's just clear though. And I just like to do this a little. Again, I would rather do lips and brows over eye makeup any day. Like I just think it looks really complete. Maybe a little bit mascara or something if I'm gonna do eyes, but like I would skip eyeshadow altogether if I had to. Definitely the brows and lips to me take precedence. And see, what I like about this is whenever you're doing it over your lip balm, you can kind of like use it a little bit more like a lip shade and it doesn't get too intense either. Because if I'm doing this shade on a dry lip, does go on a little bit darker. Where this one kind of fills in, it just gives you like a nice little hint of color. Like that. I love these products. See, here's the other thing that I like about this and this combo that I'm showing you tonight is that these are all products that I also would use in like my full glam makeup routine. I've shared these products multiple times before because I really do love them, but they work super well. There's nothing that I dislike more than whenever you're trying to do like a quick makeup routine and I feel like you have to literally change up all of the products that you would do from like your full glam routine. So basically for me, this is like picking little pieces of my full glam routine and putting them on my face in a different way and using them a little bit differently so that I can get out the door a little bit quicker. For me, that's really beneficial. Lastly, because a lot of people always ask me about this, is setting spray, because if you're in a hurry and stuff like that, you want your makeup, like we didn't have a lot of time here to sit there and like do all the things, right? We did a lot, but we didn't do all the things and all the prep work and everything. So for me, I think one of the things that's important is to make sure that your makeup will stay if you are having one of those busy days. And this is the best setting spray ever. $9. This one. There is also a big one. Okay, this one actually might be the one that to get if you're going to get one, is the big guy. They do not seem to sell this one in stores very often, which is how I ended up with this one. I'm a Walmart Plus shopper and lover. That's how we get our groceries. I absolutely love Walmart Plus. Am not being paid to say that in any capacity whatsoever, but I just really love Walmart Plus. So I always end up getting these, like my Walmart Plus orders and stuff like that. But if I were you and you were ordering online, get the extra large one because it's definitely a better value. So good. Great setting spray. So I'm going to do a little bit of that. For me, what I like about setting sprays, one, it'll make your makeup last longer, but it also helps to kind of like melt all of the products together and make it look really, really good throughout the day. So do a little bit of this. This setting spray also smells so good. If you've ever tried it before, I don't know what it is, like, because I literally only use this one now. But as compared to like maybe some of like the OG setting sprays, I remember the first time using this and being like, wow, it smells so good. And maybe the other ones are stinky. Like, am I making that up? I don't know. Best stuff ever. But I think that's all I have for you guys tonight. This is the quick makeup look. And like I said, whenever I'm doing this and not talking your ear off and everything like that, it takes me no time at all to get this all on my face, put it on. You don't necessarily have to do this all with like the crazy mapped out look as well. You can do them at step by step. That works too. For me, I've just kind of been throwing it on all at one time to see what would happen and see if that helps speed things up. And for me, it does. If it doesn't for you, you can definitely do it step by step as well. It's whatever you want to do, whatever your comfort level is. And like I said, I love using these products separately and doing it like for full glam and stuff like that. And a lot of these products are like multi-use products. These things in particular, phenomenal for multiple reasons. You can use them as a primer, you can use them as foundation, you can use them as highlight. They're the best. I think that's it though, guys. And thank you so much. I feel like we just had a little send off for baby. I can feel that contractions are about to start for me for the evening, which is always super fun at this point in pregnancy. Let's hope though that maybe these ones are real. I hope. Okay. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'm going to have you guys drop your emails so that I can pick somebody to win all of the products that I talked about today. We're going to be sending them to you guys. If I go into labor tonight, I might have a little delay there, but I will send them out as soon as humanly possible. But yeah, thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys on our next Walmart Live. And the next time that we're here, I will have a special guest with us. Nice little baby. Maybe the next one will do like baby themed. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thanks so much for joining, and I will see you guys next time.